Martin Luther King Jr. Let's sing the Dr. King song twice. Dr. King was a man who had a special dream. He dreamed of a world filled with love and peace and harmony. Happy birthday, Dr. King. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dr. King. We love you, yes we do. Dr. King was a man who had a special dream. He dreamed of a world filled with love and peace and harmony. Happy birthday, Dr. King. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dr. King. We love you, yes we do. Positions. Maxwell, come over and tell us some important facts about Martin Luther King Jr.'s early life.
Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia, January 15th, 1929, and he became a minister like his father, Martin Luther King Sr.
Well, since it's Dr. King's birthday, let's all sing Happy Birthday to Dr. King. Let's sing it twice. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dr. King. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dr. King. Happy birthday to you. Nakaya, tell us about the laws in the old days.
Many laws in southern states were not fair to African Americans. They could not vote, so they could not change the laws.
Fiona, come and talk to us about such things as change.
It was not possible for one person alone to change this.
Micah, come and tell us what you know about Dr. King.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a powerful speaker. People listened to him.
Lace, tell us about people working together in teamwork.
Many people working together can change things, he said.
Madeline, tell us about love and violence. Real nice and loud.
You love, not violence, he said.
Vincent, tell us about speeches and the books that he wrote.
He made speeches, he wrote books.
Savannah, what did he help those black people to do? Tell us, please.
He helped black people register to vote.
Guy O'Malley, what happened to Dr. King?
He was arrested and put into jail. When he got out of jail, he continued to make speeches.
Mackenzie, some dangerous things happened. What happened, Mackenzie?
It was dangerous work. His house was bombed. Schools and churches were bombed too.
Ariana, it seems that he won a prize. What was this all about?
In 1964, Martin Luther King Jr. received one of the world's greatest honors, the Nobel Peace Prize.
Abby, who were some of the people that Dr. King helped to get better rights?
He worked for all poor people, white and black, Indian and Mexican.
Now, Tyson isn't here, but if Tyson was here, he would tell you that Dr. King spoke out against the war in Vietnam. So let's sing Who Was Martin Luther King? Let's sing that song twice to our parents.
Who was Martin Luther King? Luther King, Luther King. He was a man who had a dream that we would all be free. Martin Luther gave a speech, gave a speech, gave a speech. He wanted all of us to live in peace and harmony. He won the Nobel Prize for Peace, Prize for Peace.
Congratulations. Talk to us, Kamaya. What do you know about Dr. King?
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a great American.
Daniel, tell us about his most famous speech.
His most famous speech was at the March on Washington on August 25th, 1963.
And here comes Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. now.
I have a dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident and that all men are created equal.
Benjamin, something sad happened on April 4th, 1968.
On April 4th, 1968, King was in Memphis, Tennessee to lead a march for poor workers. An assassin shot him and he died.
Isabella, what about the laws? Have they changed? Come and tell us.
Many laws have changed since 1968, but Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream is still a dream. There is a lot of work for all of us to do.
Well, Dr. King has a holiday. Let's all say that together. Ready? Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is celebrated on the third Monday in January to honor this great American. Chloe, what would you like for us to remember in 2017?
In 2017, our class is living the dream of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh, let's sing Dr. Martin Luther King's favorite song that all of the people sang when they marched for peace. We shall overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, 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 deep in my heart, I do believe
We shall overcome someday. Let's sing. Sing the hate away. Sing
the hate away. Send the hate away.
Send the hate away today.
Oh, 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 deep in my heart,
Nod your heads.
I do believe
We shall.
we shall overcome
Someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. Sing it to Dr. King.
hand in hand.
We'll walk hand in hand today. Oh, oh, oh,
Deep in my heart, I do believe
we shall overcome someday. Now, hold it right there. I'm going to ask some of your parents to come up because we are all living the dream of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I would like for these parents to go behind the children. The children know I'm going to choose you. Miss Trina, will you go behind the children, please? Okay. All right. Sir, will you go behind? Can Mom mend the baby?